Hey guys, what's going on? In today's episode, I decided to talk about a topic you probably haven't heard about. There's this thing called coronavirus. Yes, if you've somehow made it all the way to this show by this time, you have long heard about coronavirus already. Um, I don't know exactly what I want to talk about with it. I guess overall, I just want to talk about my opinion of how it's not being handled in a very technical aspect, but how it's being handled by media and people in general. Um, So the big thing with I'm not going to bother explaining what coronavirus is and all that. I'm jumping right into it. Um, the big thing, which everyone knows about by now, is that it's most impactful to people that are immunocompromised, which is very close to home for me because I myself have a very weak immune system due to my Crohn's disease and medicines and things like that. Um, but it's not just sick people. I think a lot of people are like, oh, how many people are really that sick with a compromised immune system? But compromised immune systems also include the elderly, infants, even children in general, not even infants. But you also have maybe people that aren't necessarily immunocompromised, but are much more heavily exposed to sick people, such as people that work in hospitals, teachers that work in elementary or even high school education, daycares, all those kind of groups, and then even students at a school like my college is a hotspot to potentially have any kind of illness go outbreak style and pandemic style, never mind something like coronavirus, which is a much more serious disease or illness we're dealing with right now. Um, on the topic of me bringing up my school, the official word for my school, or I guess I shouldn't call it official. The official word for my school is if you've traveled to one of the hotspot countries recently, you should alert the school and alert the health authorities, things like that, to get checked out. Um, the official word for my school to our professors, but they didn't bother telling us, and the official word for to our parents, but they didn't tell us, is that the game plan that my school has is if things really start to go nuts with the coronavirus, they're gonna shut down the school and we're all gonna take our classes online, which honestly I don't think is a terrible idea. I think it's a bad situation that's really as good as you could handle it. I know some of my friends that are RAs, which is residence assistants, resident hall RAs. Um, they've been told that officially they are expected to still fulfill their duties as an RA and watch over the buildings and all that because some students will not have the option of going home. We have a lot of international students at my school, and most of them will not be able to leave to go home. We have a lot of Chinese students that I know for a fact could never make it back to China right now. So there are going to be students that are stuck on the campus even if the campus shuts down. Um, I don't know exactly how the school plans on handling that. We have a lot of classes that are lab based, very hands on. Don't know how they plan on handling that. And I have classes myself that are very heavily intensive computer based, and they rely on the fact that the school, has computers that they provide via their computer labs with all the programs we need for our classes. So I don't know how they're going to account for some of those things to make it fair for everyone. I can't imagine they say, oh, yeah, just take it at home and our professor's going to be like, oh, download this $1,000 computer program on a laptop that's strong enough to handle it. It's not realistic, so we'll see what happens. I'll definitely keep you guys in the loop if I get more news. But aside from that aspect of things, that's how my school responded. I do also want to hit on how society's been responding. And there's kind of three main things I want to hit on. The first is, why has no one been using soap until now? Like, I know this is not a new opinion or like some hot thing that I'm saying for the first time, but we are constantly seeing pictures of empty aisles of soap and hand sanitizer. What was everyone using to clean themselves with before? Were people just not using soap in general? Like, and I know the answer to that is yes, people were not using soap because I've gone to the bathroom enough times and seen people walk in, do their business, and walk out without even looking at the sink, never mind using it. Um, so I know the answer to that question is yes, people are not using soap. I also know that some of it has to do with people hoarding things with potential of things going awry. It's very popular whenever there's weather storm that's coming in, especially in Florida and places such as that, where people will go to the store and clean them out of water, knowing that if things really, really got bad, A, they'll have enough for themselves, and B, they could go ahead and sell it on the side for a huge profit, which it's disgusting that that's how our world works, but it is what it is. But yeah, the bigger issue I have is I hope that this whole issue teaches people that you should wash your hands more, and not just when you're using the bathroom. The concept behind the wash your hands when you use the bathroom thing goes beyond the fact that, hey, the bathroom's dirty, you're doing dirty things in the bathroom, you should wash your hands. It also goes into the fact of the amount of time you go to the bathroom, how often you go to the bathroom, is the very bare minimum you should be washing your hands during the day. You're touching so much dirty stuff throughout the day, and you eat things with your hands and stuff. You put your hands in your mouth or your eye. That's so bad for you, and washing your hands in the bathroom is the absolute bare minimum of what you should be doing. So hopefully that changes now that we've had this coronavirus thing happen. Another big thing I want to hit on is, as everyone's getting worried about the coronavirus stuff, the virus itself is pushing aside a lot of people's urgency to get their normal flu shots. Please go get your flu shots, because not only is the coronavirus spreading, the normal flu that happens every seasonal year with the seasonal strains of the flu are also spreading right now, and people are so distracted by what's going on with coronavirus that they're not going and getting their normal flu shots. And for someone like me who usually can't get their flu shot because I have a compromised immune system, and flu shots are usually live vaccine. They're live vaccine, which means that rather than being helped from it, I will most likely catch the flu if I get a flu shot. So please go get your flu shots. And this also hits on something I wanted to talk about. Eventually, they'll come out with some kind of shot or vaccine for the coronavirus, just like they did for swine flu, H1N1. When that shot comes out, for anyone that's part of the anti-vax movement, please go get your coronavirus shots. I will be beyond annoyed if everyone's cured of the coronavirus, but I am walking some kid home from school or something dumb like that, but he didn't get his coronavirus shot because his mommy didn't believe that viruses were prevented by shots, or thought that her baby would get autism if he got a shot, so he didn't get a coronavirus shot. I'll be very, very annoyed if that's how I catch coronavirus. So please make sure you get your shots when eventually a vaccine comes out for coronavirus. Last thing I'm going to hit on is the way social media and media in general has been hyping the coronavirus is absolutely appalling. Appalling is not the right word, because I'm not shocked at all by the way media has taken coronavirus and ran with it as a hot topic to use and get people riled up. I think it's disgusting, I guess is a better word, of how media and social media has no regard for helping people, spreading truthful information, all of that. They do the bare minimum of, hey, go wash your hands. And other than that, they pull a lot of rhetoric and stories to get people all fired up about things. This is true in politics as well. We've had a couple debates and political conversations happen since coronavirus has become a thing, and we haven't heard any drastic plans or movements or changes regarding the coronavirus since then in a political, physical style. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I just haven't heard of it, but if I haven't heard of it, I watch news and read news pretty often. So if I'm not hearing about it, most people are not hearing about it, which means it's not being advertised enough that there's a plan, here's the plan, or here are some things I think would be good plans coming from our political candidates, all of that. I also do believe that the probability that our government's straight up lying about how many people have coronavirus or are purposefully being ignorant to the fact that there are probably hundreds of people with coronavirus right now that are undiagnosed because they haven't shown symptoms yet, or people that have coronavirus that will never go to the doctor and will just die in their homes with coronavirus because they didn't bother going to the doctor. Things like that, either the government is being negligent to those kind of facts, or they're purposefully hiding that information because they know it'll incite panic into people, which is understandable. But I still think it is wrong, even though I don't know what the right answer is, but I do think it is wrong to purposely hide information from people. So with that, my closing notes for the show are just going to be the actual tips for coronavirus, which obviously wash your hands, but another big one, like I said before is get your flu shot in general. This doesn't help, I guess, coronavirus specifically, but you won't get the regular flu, which would be cool to not get any kind of flu any given year. So go get your normal flu shot and also get your sleep. Sleep, healthy diet, exercise, all that kind of stuff. Keeping your body healthy in every way, shape, and form is statistically proven to prevent you from getting illnesses and sicknesses, especially during flu season. It's been studied that people that take very good care of their bodies very rarely get the flu and have decent hygiene. Like if you do the bare minimum for a lot of things, your chance of getting things like the flu and maybe even coronavirus go way, way down. So with that, I'm going to shut the show out from here. As always, I will talk to you tomorrow. And thank you all for watching. Have a good day.